Hi, this is Sir David. I guess that one's kind of fitting in. I like some of the others, but that's kind of in the middle, you know. I want to give you an update on the Standsbury High School that is not known for its academic excellence. Only it's excellent at abusing young girls in prom dresses and stamping the scarlet letter on their foreheads for their skirts being too short. Now, go look at the pictures. I gave it to you on another video. Everyone that looked at them says they're perfectly normal, beautiful little girls, and they should not have been withheld from the dance. Now, here's some new facts. Now, again, I just report. Don't kill the messenger. I just report. I heard that 2/3 of the girls didn't get into the dance. Now, that's, 70% there, 75%, whatever. That's a lot of people, young women, and their dates and the corsages and the limos or whatever else they used to be disappointed on the most important day of their life. Now, Channel 4 News is there today at Standsbury High School, and they will be reporting tonight. They'll be shooting from the doors that the children were not allowed into the school. Like I said, I just hate like hell at my age and stage of life to get involved. But damn it, when you kick a puppy in front of me, I'm going to go over and help pick that puppy up and protect it. Screw you. I'm old. I'm diabetic. I'm bipolar. Had quad bypass surgery, but if you kick my puppy, damn, I'm going to pick it up and make sure you don't kick it again, if you know what I'm saying. Well, I didn't have anything to do today, like every day, so I drove over to Tooele. I knew I didn't have to have directions. It's such a small town. You don't need the GPS to find the high school. You just need to stop at 7-Eleven and say, "Where's the high school?" "Oh, it's 3 blocks over there, turn left." Well, I drove over. When I drove into the parking lot, there's the police. I had to park beside the police because that was one of the handicap spots. And I'm definitely handicapped. So I go in, and courteously, and you know me, I can behave for about 15 minutes, and I just simply said to the lady, "May I speak to a principal or a vice principal?" She said, "What's your child's name?" And I said, "Well, it's not concerning my child here. I'd like to talk to him about what happened over the weekend." "Oh, okay, sit down over there." So I did. I just sat there. And I saw 2 ladies in the parking lot as I was coming in, and I said to them, "Is this the main entrance?" And they said, "Yes, it is. Why are you here?" And I said, "Well, to find out why you became the most famous high school in the world in 8 hours. And they go, "Yeah, we know." They're 2 teachers. Everybody knew. So I just sat there. Guy comes in, and he says, "I'm with Channel 4 News," to the secretary. "We'd like to know what door you refused to let the girls come through so that we can shoot that in our newscast tonight." So he had a chit-chat with her, and then he started to leave, and I said, "Who do you represent?" He says, "Well, I'm with Channel 4 News." He wanted to know who I represented, and I said, "The New Caribou Show." He says, "I never heard of that." And I said, "Well, most people haven't." So he leaves, and I sit there courteously, quietly, and I watch until the lady comes back to me, and she said, "Well, the principal is in meetings since 7 o'clock this morning. It was probably since 7 o'clock last night. And they have to go to a meeting right after that meeting." And I thought, that may be for the resignation meeting. I went about the vice principal. Well, the vice principal is in meetings and in student council, and I don't know, she didn't say, but it sounded like where they all meet in the auditorium. I forget the word. Anyway, there's not a person available. They're all tied up with the media. And well, I'll tell you what. She offered. She says, "You want to go over to see the school district officials?" I said, "Sure." I said, "Would you mind calling ahead and letting them know that I'm coming, so I just don't go over there and find out there's nobody there either?" So she calls over to the high people, then she calls to the lower people, and she comes back and said, "Well, they're all in meetings too." I said, "God, I'm not surprised." And she goes, she knows. She's just trying to be cool under pressure, and she was. She was courteous to me. She said, "Well, can I have your name and your phone number, and then I will have the principal call you for an appointment for tomorrow." Now, you know, I'm kind of old. I know he's not going to call. I know he's not going to call. But if I say he ain't going to call, they're going to see that on the video camera and go, "The new caribou's in here. Come and get him." And I go, "Okay." I just bowed my head and said, "Yes, God." Here it is. What time is it? I can't even tell. I don't have my glasses on. Oh, Lord. What is it here? Okay, it's 10 minutes after 4. And I'm watching my phone. It hasn't rung. What bullshit. They must think I'm as stupid as their people are. I'm not. I couldn't make an appointment. She said, "Well, he arranges all of his own appointments." What professional does that? Just a guy that shoots from the pants. Whoa. I didn't mean, by the seat of his pants. I just took my meds 10 minutes ago. They don't work for about 20 minutes. Now let me bring one more thing up here that I'm concerned about. And you know that I have a master's degree in teaching. I love teaching and kids in public schools and private schools and whatever. I posted my comments last night right about midnight. And by 1 a.m. I had 3 Standsbury High School students, or alleged Standsbury High School students, hitting my YouTube show. It wasn't the Mormon church. It was the administrators. You're tagging the church as you. Whoa! What the hell is a 15, 16, or 17-year-old child up at 1 o'clock in the morning looking for the new caribou on a school night? Something wrong here. Well, anyway, I looked up the best I could when those comments came in, where they came from, and the age of the people bringing them in. And one was hokey pokey. You don't know that term. You're also damn young. You know, you do the hokey pokey. You put your left foot in, you put your right foot in. This is called a temple recommend. Anyway, I was shocked. And I went to bed like at midnight, or about 1, 2, and woke up, and there's 20 more comments in there on basically the same video. So a lot of people were upset and disturbed at what happened Saturday night to these young people. Now, here's what I'm concerned about. I've had a couple of the young kids over there, high school students, make some comments. They're very welcome. They're very welcome to make any comment they want, and it will not be trashed or erased. They stand behind it. Some of them have removed their own comments. I don't know why people remove their own comments. I'm bipolar, and usually what I say the first time goes. Because my mind runs very quickly, so I don't have to evaluate it. Maybe some of these young people and some of the old people thought, well, that's what I said, and it's out there in public, and God, I'm scared, so I'm going to remove it. I don't know what people's motivations are to remove it. But anyway, one of the young people removed. I think one was a boy, and then there was 2 girls. Well, there's this one little gal that came on later today, and she said, well, I go to this school and it had nothing to do with the Mormons. And you want liberal things going on, but you're not willing to be liberal yourself and allow us to have our own church. And I want to tell you, I appreciate a young person thinking, especially if they're a Mormon. I respect a young Mormon who goes outside. Now, she's defending her own religion, which is not as hard as taking the other side of the issue. But I respect that she said, I don't agree with what you're saying, and you don't agree with what I'm saying. And I think you're being unfair. Well, that's okay. I love young people that think, that can stand up for themselves, that can change their mind if new evidence comes in, etc. Well, anyway, she said, you weren't there. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. And I said, well, listen, young lady, I was there this morning. Early. Midday. Early. I saw the police car. In fact, I parked next to the police car. I talked to 2 teachers in the parking lot that are humiliated to death that the school is not known for its academic or athletic ability. It's known for girls in short skirts, which isn't true. They weren't in short skirts, but now that school has the reputation for the rest of its life because they had a principal who was either Mormon or enforcing the Mormon policies of the community so he could stay employed. So anyway, when he calls, if he calls, I just want the date and the time of this video recorded, that I'm very happy to go over. I may call tomorrow and say, hey, why didn't you call me? I'd like to have an appointment with you. And I told the young lady on the comment board, I said I have an appointment with the principal tomorrow. I'm supposed to have one. And if you'd like to sit in on that and speak your piece, you're invited. Come in and stand up for yourself and your church, and do it in a supervised fashion and in a calm environment. She's been polite. She's been courteous. She seems like a nice person. Well, she writes back to me and she said, well, I'm a minor. I said, so am I, mentally. So that's good. That's good. You're not going to be outclassed in that little debate or comment. And I have a life. Well, I don't. Well, I can show up. Just, I will be in school. I can't miss classes. Well, I wrote back to her, and like I said, I could remove my comment, but I'm not going to, because it was done with honesty and integrity and intent. And I said, well, why don't you bring your parents? And they can sit in, and you can sit in and speak your mind, and I'm sure the school principal will allow you out of your classes. And I respect what you're saying. I just don't agree with what you're saying. Now, I certainly don't want to be put in any kind of a position that in any way that I would be alone with any young girl. I don't. This door stays wide open when my girls have their friends over here. They're not allowed to shut this door. I see them and they see me. No doors closed in this house with girls except the bathroom door. So they have their privacy. I want this little lady to know that I'm serious about a debate or an open setting with her principal, with me saying, I think you're trying to impose Mormon dress standards on your school, and it's a public school. It is not the Mormon church, and I think what you did was inappropriate, and I think what you did was not a separation of church and state, and frankly, I feel sorry for you, because now the Stallions, ain't that an interesting name of the damn school? The Stallions. Well, I think they've been guilted a little bit this morning. But I want the world to know that I will meet anybody at any time, any place, and speak openly, honestly. I don't yell. I don't jump up and down. I just simply say, that's your opinion. Here's my evidence. Let the world decide. So I'm certainly not trying to take advantage of this young lady who I respect and admire, that she's willing to write and to be open and honest. I don't agree with her, but I respect her and her right to be that way. So let me go on record with this video at this time that if that meeting doesn't come up tomorrow, that won't be my fault. That will be the school's fault and the principal that doesn't want to meet with me. And I certainly have no idea who this young person is. I have no idea if they're really a young person. I don't know if it's a male and insinuating, intimidating. It's imitating. See, the dementia goes slowly away. Imitating the young lady, I don't know. But I certainly want the world and my family and my reputation and my feelings and emotions that it's 100% intellectual. And if this young lady doesn't want to show up, she can send in 8 or 10 of her friends, the young men, the drama club. I don't care. I am willing to stand in front of their principal and say, I think you were child abusing. And I think you hurt these kids. And even having a new dance, they're going to now have a makeup dance. A makeup dance. You know, that's like running over your 2-year-old and you didn't kill him, but you're going to back up over him again to make sure they're okay. A makeup dance. God, you know, these people are running an educational situation. Where do they get their brains? You know? You've been branded a whore and a tramp and a prostitute, but we're going to make it up to you. I'm a psychologist. Not a professional psychologist. I have degrees. I'm not a licensed psychologist, but I've got a master's degree, and I'm telling you, when you hurt a young woman, especially like that, where her reputation and her self-image and everything is on the line, you pretty much left that there for life. You've left it there for life. Congratulations. Congratulations to the Mormons hurting Mormons and non-Mormons. You're a damn cult. Girls and boys certainly have a right to dress appropriately in our society. We know what's appropriate. It's the Mormons. They're the ones that don't know what's appropriate. How many times have I gone out the door here and gone into, you know, major shopping centers and downtown and said, oh my God, they don't know how to dress. Look at those young people. I don't think it's ever happened. The world really knows and has higher dress standards than the Mormon Church. The world doesn't hurt young people like that. I don't know. I guess I'm still upset about it. But anyway, I'm certainly willing to debate openly, and I'm certainly willing to give my side of the story. And I'm proud that I have some people who look at me, and some agree. The young people that have written in have not agreed with me, and that's okay. I'm not going to take them off of my blog. I'm not taking them off of anything. They have every right in the world. I used to believe in the Mormon Church, and I wrote things like that when I was 16. They had a car rally for a good driver, and I was entered into it. Out of thousands of kids, I was like 31 of the best drivers, and they had the last 31 of us going to drive to get the trophy. And it was on Sunday. It was on Sunday. I was 16, 17 years old. I wrote a letter to the editor, and Largo Messina was a counselor. He was a legislator in California when I wrote the letter. Oh my God, I ripped the state a new asshole. You're having something on Sunday? I can't go to church. It's the Lord's Sabbath day. You're all of the devil. You have horns. And I went on, just like these young people did, because I was a brainwashed Mormon. So I understand them, and I respect them. Some of them may come out of the church someday and be more happy. Some of them may stay in it and just think it's the cat's meow. Now that's before my time. The cat's meow was in the 40s and 30s. So anyway, I just want to be fair. I want to be open, and I want to be respectful. I don't care if you're 17 looking at my channel. I don't care if you're 91. You have a right to your opinion. You have a right to express it. And I in some ways, hope this young lady does not accept my invitation to be there, because I think it may be too soon and too much for a young Mormon to be in that kind of a meeting. So anyway, I just wanted to update you on the Tooele situation. Now let me leave you with a smile on your face. Not mine, your face. I just found out last night Salt Lake City is #1 in something else. It's not number one in anything that's wholesome, lovely, or of good report. It's not. It's way down at the bottom in those things. But other things, it's number one. Drug addiction, child molestation, and suicides, and God, it goes on and on. I can't even list them anymore. There's so many I can't remember. But last night I found a new one, and it is breast augmentation. Now, I don't know what an augmentation is, but it's like if you have little boobs or boobs you don't like, you cut them open with a plastic surgeon, and he puts bags of water in there, and then you walk around being fake like you were born with those bags of water. How a woman would be so stupid to cut her breast open to make it bigger for men is unbelievable stupidity. Unbelievable stupidity. And I told you the vagina plastic surgeon on one of my last videos. There's a lot of things, like a nose job, a facelift, but reshaping your pussy with a scalpel. Now, how is that going to make a difference in a girl's life? Human beings, you poor girls of the world, men put such stupid pressure on you to do stupid shit. How many girls have gone to their husbands or boyfriends and said, well, you know what? I think you need a penile implant. That little thing's kind of little, and I'm not satisfied. Girls are human beings. Men are idiots. Cut your good breast open and put a bag of water in there. My friends will think I'm with a hottie. I think you ought to get your vagina fixed to make it look like this. Here's a picture. What the hell goes on in this world? Anyway, if you want a good boob job, come to Utah. If you want a good pussy job, come to Utah. And you'll be a better woman for it. And I've told my girls they're never even to consider something like that. If they have a boyfriend or they have a husband or whatever that encourages that, give me his name and I will kick his ass. I'll give him a Lorena Bobbitt operation. You're all too young to remember Lorena, but Bob Babbitt, he remembers. He remembers. It's the Mormon circumcision. Lorena Babbitt. Look it up on the damn computer. Anyway, thanks.